So I figured doing a video would make this a lot easier to explain. I'm going to go through your email again. Um, okay, you said what you don't get is why is it a flat 2? Wouldn't a flat 2 in Phrygian be an F flat? No. The second note in Phrygian is a flat second. So I want you to think of it this way too. So you know major, minor, and diminished, right? So if you look at Aeolian, so like kind of like what you're asking here is like if a flat second in E Phrygian, if that should be an F flat, I mean that would be the same note anyway. It would be E and E, right? You don't, so like with Aeolian, you know, you get your A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And the intervals that make that mode, you have your 1, 2, flat third, 4, 5, flat 6, and flat 7. Or you could also say minor third, minor 6th, minor 7, right? You're not taking the C in Aeolian and flattening that to get the flat third. It is a flat third. So remember, intervals are units of measurement. It's a distance from one note to the next. So Phrygian E to F, that is a minor second, also known as a flat second. That's just what it is. You're not taking the second note in Phrygian and flattening that. You're not taking the 2 in Phrygian and flattening that because it's already a flat 2. So forget the modes for a second. Let's just say you were going to construct a suspended second. So let's say a suspended second. You're going to construct that. You have to use the first, a 1, a 2, and a 5. So you'd have A, B, and E, right? A, B, E. There's your 1. You go up a whole step for the 2. And then there's your perfect fifth. Well, now I want to make an A suspended flat second. Well, then that means you need to use a 1, a flat 2, and the 5. And the Phrygian mode just so happens to contain the intervals 1, flat 2, and 5. So, hang on. Yeah, like, so when you're asking there, so the only thing you can't figure out with the flat 2 based on the, not actually flattening the second degree. Yeah, I mean, it's basically like it's already flattened. It's already a minor second up from that note. So an inch is always an inch, a foot is always a foot, a mile is always a mile. It can never, ever, 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 ever be anything else. Like, so going from like A to C is always a minor third, also known as a flat third. It's always that. It can never be anything else other than that. That's why it's a E suspended flat second, because a suspended E suspended second, the only 3 notes an E suspended second could be is E, F sharp, B. E, F sharp, and B. Any other note combination, you do not have an E sus2. So in this case, E, F, and B, you got yourself an E suspended flat second. And that's all it can be. So hopefully that makes sense. A lot of people will see like the flat second and flat this or sharp that, whatever, and think that they're supposed to take the notes that's in key and then manipulate that. Like, no. The chord name is saying this is what happens here. This is just what happens here. Just like you have the major occurring in the 1, 4, and 5 position. So the Ionian mode just so happens to have a first, third, and fifth. Lydian also has a first, third, and fifth. Mixolydian also has a first, third, and fifth. So that's just what happens in that spot. And that's, you know, with your Dorian, Phrygian, and Aeolian modes, all 3 of those just so happen to have a 1, flat third, and 5. And Locrian is the only mode from the major scale that has the flat 5. So that's why it just happens to be diminished there. As far as the chord stuff you sent in, good, but I want to change stuff here because let me bring it up. We want to do first. What I want to do first is we start with your basic open chords first. We're going to take, your standard, we call them cowboy chords, whatever, your C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished. Those are the shapes we want to change first. We will use these shapes that you put in here eventually as a more movable thing, because then we're going to be taking stuff and learning the fretboard that way. Those were like suspended twos right there. Of course, I'm starting on A instead of C. So yeah, we'll end up using those. So it's not bad what you have here, but we want to try something a bit different. So if you have any other questions or anything's confusing, we'll definitely talk about it on Sunday and kind of get things, change the things a little bit here. But yeah, it looks like all your work here is correct. Like every chord you put in there, that is what it is. So hopefully that helps. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to add, but I can't think of anything. All right, so hopefully the video is helpful. And then yeah, let me know if any other questions, if you got any other questions. All right, see you Sunday.